Hello everyone, this is Diane. I'm going to do a little bit of work on these journals today before I continue with my organizing and cleanup in here. So I have these 3 journals that will have a kind of a home theme because I bought a kit with this book from Selena to make a journal for myself, and so I want to get going on this. And then I decided to do 2 other journals that can have a house theme. This one is Come Play House, an Eloise Wilkin golden book. And this one is The 3 Bears. As I explained previously, I selected this one because Goldilocks invades the home of the 3 bears, and there are a lot of homey images in the book. So the first thing I want to do after I do a little show and tell here is cut these pages. I already cut the pages for the other journals. Actually, the first thing I want to do is glue this little house together. We'll talk about that in a minute. These are the digitals, the Mrs. Coggs Home is Where the Heart Is flashcard set. And there are 3 pages. One of the pages has some quotes. Home is where the books are. Home is the best place when life begins to wobble. And then 2 pages of just words that have to do with home or things you do in the home, like relaxation, gardening, arts and crafts, letter writing, things like that. And I kept the titles off of each page so I can put one in each journal. And the digital kit that I'm using for pages, I could have printed it the full size and trimmed off a part at the top, but I printed this just to see, but I decided to just print them 5x7 size, so it's actually 5 by 3.5 when you fold it. So these are just be little pages within the journal, and this is called Grandmother's House, I believe. And it might be my favorite ephemera, but I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up and see if I can link it for you. I purchased this a long time ago. All right, so I want to glue this little house down. I was just playing around yesterday, and I cut out a house and a roof, and then added windows and doors. So I'm going to glue these pieces to cardstock and then cut them out in the house shape and use them as a pocket. I'll tell you measurements if you want to know. This is 3.5 by 4. It could be smaller because it's going to take up most of the space on the page. The pages are 5.5. This is 4 inches, plus it's going to have the roof overhanging it. So I have to make sure I leave room for the roof. I got a pen mark on that, but I'll cover it with a window. And these are just scraps, cut off pieces from the papers I cut to be the pages in the journal. I would like to cut the pages for the 3rd book and then maybe go through some other types of pages like wallpaper or wrapping paper, stationery, and lined paper. I cut these little shapes out and used my little fine tip marker to draw lines. Window panes, the door panels, and a doorknob. And I used a 1-inch paper punch to punch out a round window. I'm adding a chimney. I'm not gonna stand it up straight. I'm gonna tip it. And then I'm adding this little triangle piece. It's not a perfectly shaped triangle, but I didn't want it to be. And I'm going to cut it out. I'll do that later. I'll let the glue dry. And I'm going to cut these pages. Each one will be 11 by 7.5. So they'll be 5.5 by 7.5 once they're folded. I'm doing 2 of these for each signature. And most of these papers in this journal are Stampin' Up, if not all of them, so they're double-sided, which is really nice. I think the ones in my journal that I'm keeping are all single-sided and a bit thinner. I love this one. I wish that was going in my journal. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. I think this was supposed to be in there. I threw this one in because I thought I didn't have 6. So I'm going to use this one because I like it. I wanted primary colors. Now these little pieces, if I cut it at 7.5 first, and then cut the little strip off, then these are already the perfect size to hinge the golden book pages together. These I'll have to trim. Not a big deal. So I have these pages ready to fold and go in. So these are good colors for this book cover. Now we can select 3 pages from the text, from the book block or whatever you want to call it, the pages of the book. I'll select 3, actually 6 pages, because I will hinge them together to create a folio. And so there will be one of these pages in each signature. I would take both of these pages. I'm going to see how much it would cut off. That would cut off too much. So I'm going to trim the width, and then I'll have to hinge the pages together. And then I trim them a little off the height too, because they go right to the top and bottom of the book, and I don't like my journal pages to go right to the top. That's cute with the framed portrait of the bear family. I don't think you could go wrong with any of the pages in this book. We're just going to use, I don't know, they're all good. I could make ephemera out of some of these images. Let me see. This could be a good pocket, but that's really cute. I love this picture. Oh, I gotta put this one in the book. Okay. Now, I know you've seen me do this before, but I'm just going to hinge one page. I don't fold the paper before I add it to the pages, because I've done that, and then you really have to line everything up perfectly. Actually, I don't in this case, because these are separate pages, not an already folded page. So I could have. I'll do it again. I'll hinge another page, and I'll fold it first. See what a difference it makes. I have done it where I wanted to reinforce a page. The page was already folded, and then I folded the strip to reinforce it, and then it was hard to line those two folds up. And let that dry a little bit before I fold it. So I'm going to fold this first. Actually, folding it first will allow you to see where the center is when you're gluing your pages to it. So it could be the best way to do it. Yep, that works perfectly fine. And I'll obviously fold the other one. I'll keep this in here, and I can use it to make ephemera. I wanted to show you the stamps that I pulled to use. I did pull some quotes. Treat yourself like your own best company. And I think that's a good thing to think about because, well, I live alone. I'm a widow. And sometimes I can just let the house go, like not pick up the clutter or wash the dishes right away. I don't let things go too long because I can't stand it. And also, I like to have pretty things. Now that I have a dining room again, I love to have my dining room table cleared of clutter and then laid out with a pretty table runner, tablecloth, placemats, whatever, centerpieces, candle, whatever. I pass through the dining room from my living room to the kitchen. Dining room's in between. And I love to have the beautiful dining room to see as I pass through it. Same with the kitchen. When I walk into the kitchen, I like the counters to be cleaned and ready to work and dishes washed, put away. So if I keep my home the way I enjoy it, then I'm treating myself like my own best company. Some other quotes here. I have some lined pieces, lined stamps, so I can stamp on the backs of journal cards that I make. And this is a Sam Poole set, and I like the Home Sweet Home quote on here, so I'll use that. This one says Happy New Home, so I might use that in my own journal. And then I have assorted home stamps. I have this pair, which I probably bought online, and I have no idea what company it is. But they're just nice houses. And then this little, I got this from Amazon, I know, because I was looking for a house stamp that could be my pretty pink cottage. I was making little thank you business card type of things. But then to send with my orders that I mailed out. But it got to be, I couldn't keep up with it. So I think this was the stamp I was using to be my little pink cottage. But anyway, I have those home stamps to use. Okay, now let us select some pages for these journals. Okay, I like the house plan ones, or the room plans. It's outdoors. These are just nice pages. I like the feel of them, the weight of them, and the size. Chart for storage of articles in Straighten Out That Room. So I'm going to put one of these pages in each journal. That's what this is. This is showing how to make a bed and some cleaning equipment. This is from a home ec type of book, I believe, for school. And then we'll do some home furnishing type pages. So there's one. Can do maybe that one. cool with the silverware. I don't know. I don't want all the really fancy stuff. These are supposed to be homey. I like the lamps and these chairs. I think these are good pages for us to use. These are antiques. So it needs to be 7.5 by 11. I love the lamps. All right, I need one more page for each journal. Guess I'll use these two. Okay, I have one book page for each signature. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I have the big one. So that would be one of these for each signature in each journal. And I'm going to go look for some, I'll get some wallpaper and wrapping paper to look through. Okay, I pulled this plastic drawer out. It has wrapping paper and stationery in it. And it doesn't have to represent a home. It just has to look homey and cheery and comfortable, I guess. So, I mean, the flowers would be good. These are just plain stationery sheets. This one has a tea set. That would be good in a homey journal. Oh, good. We've got a clock. It does have pine cones and holly on it, but it's very homey. I'm not sure about the purple color, though. That's a fall one. That would be fine. I like those colors. And it's got a butter churn, I think. or an ice cream maker. We'll see. We'll see if I decide to use that. I might use the plain blue stationery. Depends on what we unearth. They're all mixed together. No, not those. Putting them in the wrong place. And here is plain white stationery. Oh, shelf paper would be great in a home journal. I forgot that's in here too. I like the colors of that. Now you'll be able to get an idea maybe of how long it takes to gather supplies for the journal. I have my core kit, all the stuff I had been collecting for House and Home, so I have all that already gathered. But the extra papers, scrapbook paper, and things like this that I have to gather up. I just go through a lot of stuff in my room. Maybe she's mailing a letter. That would be good. This is just plain bonded stationery. None of those. Okay, we're back to wrapping paper now. That's cute. They're doing yard work at their house. Tissue paper. Kittens. Gingham. Lots of strawberries. I do like that. I'm not sure about the colors. I'll get it out in case. I'll put this one there just to keep them both together. This one has bird cages, and it might be in a color that matches a couple of the books. That's so cute. Possibly that one. That's embossed. How do you get into this? Oh, that's pretty. Daffodils and other flowers. It's very thin, like a tissue paper, almost. That's really cute. Now that's cute. These are kids coming to a birthday party. This is Current paper, Current company. But there's a little house here, and the children are coming to the birthday party, so that might be a good one. See, I've got some green stationery and white scalloped. Okay, this is the last of it, almost. I don't know why these are in here. Oh, I put my cloth book pages in, and they ended up at the bottom. Okay, I'll just leave them in there for now. Another girl at the mailbox. Where'd it go? I saw a blue border. Yeah, this. This looks like Wedgwood china. This is blue with a green border. Okay, we'll have to choose from all of those stationery selections. I'm putting the rest of the stationery back in the drawer. This wrapping paper back in. This drawer is full. Okay, let's look at the book covers that we have. Can you see them? I can, so I don't know if you can, but I'm looking at them. I was thinking that one for this, and it would even go nicely in my journal, so that's a possibility. I really like this one. I'd like to be able to put a piece of this in each journal. It could be Goldilocks and the children that come and play house with her, and I like those children too, and I like this one. And I was thinking the gingham for the 3 bears. Maybe the kittens. I'll keep these, the cute ones, with the flowers and the children and the kittens and the gingham. And I'll select from those when I'm cutting them. And now for the stationery. I do want to use the T one, I think. So I'll look for, that's a fold-a-note, so I'll put a fold-a-note in each one. Must be I moved my drawer liners, so I'll get some of those to go in. I think I'll put one of these in each journal. And one with the blue border. Now I'll look for wallpaper. called this a drawer liner. It's a shelf liner. These are the rest of my shelf liners. They're in the drawer with the napkins. I don't have a lot of napkins because I don't use them very much. I've got placemats in here too. I don't have a lot of paper placemats. So we have the cherries. This is a blue gingham placemat. Oh, I like the plaid. And this orange might be good. Don't need the lily pads. Maybe the ivy covered cottage. There's more ivy. That green. Yeah, a lot of these could work, so I'll make my selections as I cut papers. Ouch, that was my elbow. Okay, so wallpaper. This is a kind of a new acquisition. I think I got it at the flea market. I mean, thrift store. I don't remember, but that's adorable. And that would work in all 3 journals. And I have this fruit one border. How much time have I been doing this? I've been at this a while, so I'll have to hurry. I'll turn this way. I think that would be best for the camera. This is the kitchen wallpaper that I just got. So I brought this over because this has bright colors in it. I like the apples and the polka dots. That would be awesome. Oh, look at all the polka dots and gingham. We can definitely use paper out of this. Yeah, yellow. So I'm just going to leave this here, and when I cut my papers, I'll make selections for each journal. Yeah, that'll be good. That will do me for wallpaper. And I've been working on this video for a while, so I guess it's time to say goodbye for today. And I can get to my cleaning up. I still have a table full of piles to sort and put away. If you saw the previous video, you saw me sorting them into piles. And now I have to sort each pile and get them all put away. So I'll work on that next. But thanks for coming along as I work on selecting papers for these journals. I hope it makes you more excited to see the journals. I'll see you soon. Have a creative day. Bye.